I love Dungeness crabbing in the month of January. It can be a little bit wet out there, a little bit stormy, but you can have some really banner days of crabbing. So today, I've got 5 tips to help you catch more crabs in the month of January. What is going on, you outdoor mavericks? Welcome back to Herman's Outdoors. Now, crabbing in the month of January is typically not the normal peak season when it comes to Dungeness crabbing. When we're talking Dungeness crab peak season, it's usually September through December are the best months to go crabbing. But in Oregon, the seasons are open 24/7, 365, so you can go crabbing any month of the year. And in particular, I love going crabbing in January. It might be a little bit cold and a little bit stormy in January, but it could be well worth your time and have a banner day out on the water. So to help you catch more crabs in the month of January, let's start with tip number 5, which is if you find a lot of female crabs, move out of the area. What you'll find in the month of January and February is you'll get big clusters of female crabs in specific areas throughout the bay that you're crabbing. And when you come across areas with a ton of female crabs, if you have traps full of them, you need to take your gear and move them to a completely different zone or area. Now, tip number 4 is weather related. When you get some storms rolling in, you see some clouds on the horizon, or the wind starts to pick up, it's a good time to know when to get off the water. Now, I've been out crabbing in January where the water was dead calm in the bay, and there's been other instances where it's been an okay day, and then all of a sudden, with a snap of a finger, the weather changes immediately. It starts raining, the wind's coming in, the tides have changed, and you might see some thunderclouds over the ocean that are moving in, and that is your cue to get off the water ASAP. Now, the best thing to do is get off the water, get your boat trailered, go into the local bar, grab a couple beers, reminisce about the day, and have some awesome conversation with the locals. Now, tip number 3 is to watch the rain forecast and the water levels in the bay, and in particular, you want to see how much rain is coming through wherever you're crabbing. Now, the big thing when it comes to crabbing in January is you don't want to crab after big rainstorms or a huge amount of fresh water that's flooding into the bay from a local river or creek or wherever the water's flowing in from. When you've got big rainstorms and a lot of fresh water in the bays, the crabbing is going to be a lot more difficult, and you want to give those big rainstorms 2 or 3 days afterwards to pass through, let more of that ocean salty water come in and less of that fresh water, and it's going to give you the best opportunity to catch crabs in that January time frame. Now, tip number 2 is crabbing close to the ocean in the bay, so really close to the inlet outlet of the bay. For a couple reasons. One, you can find some calmer water in those areas where the crabs are going to hang out. Secondly, in the January timeframe, the crabs may not come into the bay as far as they would, say, in the fall timeframe. They're going to come in and they're going to come right back out on those tide swings. So crabbing closer to the inlet is going to give you a higher percentage of getting those keeper crabs. And with the commercial fleet out crabbing in January, you're going to have less crabs available for you. So the crabs that are going to come into the bay from the ocean and back out aren't going to be as plentiful. You're going to want to have the best opportunity when those crabs are coming into the bay, and having your gear as close to the ocean as possible is giving you the best opportunity. And the number 1 January crabbing tip is to spread out your traps and gear across the bay. By spreading your gear out, you're going to give yourself the best opportunity to find that pocket of keepers, move your gear closer to that area, and say you go for maybe 2 keepers on the first pass to maybe you get 6 on the second pass as you're moving your gear around trying to find those good pockets where the keepers are hanging out. Plus, when there's less people on the water in January, it does give you a good opportunity to spread your gear out and run up and down the bay and being able to figure out where your best opportunities are. But one key tip if you've got your crabbing gear spread out across the bay is make sure you got a full tank of gas and you don't run out while you're out in the bay. Don't ask me how I know. And there you guys have it. 5 January crabbing tips to help you kick off the year with some really good days of crabbing out on the water. And if you guys liked today's video and got some great information, smash the thumbs up on that video. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button down below if you love crabbing tips, and other outdoor content. And don't forget, and as always, you guys, the outdoors is a gift. Share it with others.